Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sports Doctor's Inn. My name is Earl Rush, and my co-host every week is Larry Ables. Larry, how are you doing today?
I'm good, sports doctor. How about yourself?
I'm living. I'm alive. You can't ask me too much more nowadays. It's
That's
tough
a
out.
great place to start. Place to start with.
There you go. Uh, got a lot to talk about, but let's go our regular order that we go. We'll start off with the NCAA football. All right. So Indiana and Ohio play each other this week for the Big Ten championship. Uh, who are you picking on that, Larry?
I'm going with Ohio State, even though both teams came off of impressive victories last week. Gosh, Indiana really blew out Purdue, but Ohio State probably finally broke that losing streak they had against Michigan and pretty much waxed them. Wasn't even close.
Right.
Who do you like in that game?
You know what? They're both Big Ten teams, so I have to take all my emotions out of this selection because I hate both. I hate Big Ten just in general. I'm not a big Midwest fan in general, but anyway, I I'm going with Indiana.
Okay.
They have the better quarterback. Ohio State has the better receivers. Uh, but Indiana's a pretty good team. Like I say, they got a pretty good team. I'm taking Indiana over Ohio State this week. Yep. Yep. Okay.
I think that should be a great game. Ohio State has actually lived up to its billing thus far during the season. Indiana has exceeded its. So they let everybody know that last year wasn't a fluke.
Right. Yeah, they got a good team, man. They got a good quarterback. So we'll see on that. Other championships this week are Virginia versus Duke for the ACC, and for the what is it, the Big 12?
Big, yeah, Big 12 Texas Tech versus BYU.
I'm taking Texas Tech in that one, and I'm taking Virginia in the other game.
I'm with you on both of those, but here's the one that I really want to get your opinion on: the SEC championship, Georgia versus Alabama. Who do you like in that game?
You know where they're playing, or is it a neutral site?
What else on the schedule just said Georgia versus Alabama, so I'm not
I,
sure exactly.
I like
It would look like Alabama would be the home team, but
yeah.
could be.
You never know. I'm going with Alabama.
And
Yep.
I kind of like Georgia. Oh, they're playing in Atlanta.
Yeah, I like Alabama.
Well, I'm going with Georgia. There's two states are right next to each other, so I'm sure they'll have fans from.
Well, they'll have fans there.
Yeah.
Obviously, not as many as Georgia, but they'll have some fans there.
Well, they're right next door. I mean, they ain't that far away. People can get there.
I know they can get there, but
If they get an equal number of tickets, I would assume that they'll sell theirs too.
who knows?
They're going from Maryland and Virginia,
Yeah, I have no knowledge on that situation, so what I would do is refrain from commenting on it because I don't know anything about the ticket situation. I was just thinking that it's closer to more fans in Georgia, so I was just thinking it would be, but I don't know.
Yeah, the two states are adjacent, so I mean, it's not like it's certainly closer. Atlanta's closer to Athens, Georgia, than it is Tuscaloosa, but it's really not that far. If the lot, I'm assuming that the schools are going to get a similar allotment of tickets. So I don't know why people from Alabama wouldn't make it there.
Yeah.
It's a drivable trip,
And not only that, you are a busy young man, and sometimes I have things to do. I think we're just wasting energy right now talking about how many fans are coming from each school. So let's move on.
So I didn't know whether that was going to change your pick. See,
the fans ain't playing on the field.
Okay, so it doesn't matter where they play, right?
It doesn't matter where they play.
Good.
Not in that situation. Well, I know the fans will be rabid down there for sure. So, but it ain't like it's gonna be you at Alabama or you down at LSU on a Saturday night. Those kind of crowds make it different. I don't care who's playing who. Those kind of crowds make it different.
Yeah. And usually the home team is going to have the majority of the fans in that case.
Yeah, yeah.
They're going to have the tickets, so the student body will be there.
I don't think there are any other big games that will affect the playoff rankings. But Notre Dame, have they finished playing?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but they're probably going to make the playoffs anyway. So
Yeah, but they shouldn't. What they should make the playoff in Miami doesn't. But Miami beat them straight up. I don't understand that. But then again, you know how these college rankings work. So
Notre Dame is number 9. Miami's number 12.
They're
So
all.
they're not going to win the ACC championship, which is interesting.
But they still will pick Notre Dame over Miami, though.
Well, I think Notre Dame's going to be based on the real question would be why they ranked higher than them now. But they're ranked number 9. But what's really, I'm looking at the ranking. Virginia is ranked number 18. Duke is not even ranked. If Duke wins this game Saturday, they're going to get the automatic bid.
Okay, so if Virginia wins, they were going to get it.
Right, but Duke is not even ranked in there.
No, man. They win the conference win. The conference win.
But
the question is why are they ranked over? Why are they ranked over Miami? Why is Notre Dame ranked over Miami when Miami beat them? What can you do? It makes no sense. You beat them head to head, but that you still rank higher than them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like we were wasting time talking about how many fans are going, I think we're wasting time about these rankings because it just doesn't even make sense. So I think we should just move on. How are you going to rank a team that beat you over them?
Yeah, I was trying to see if Miami played either Virginia or Duke.
Are their records the same? I think their records are the same. That's what makes it ridiculous.
Which two schools are you talking about?
Miami and Notre Dame.
Yeah, Miami might have even won one more game.
There you go. We're wasting our time right here. All right, enough about the crazy whack in NCAA football. Let's move over to the even crazier, more whack NFL. A lot of upsets this past week, starting from the Thanksgiving games.
Yep.
Right. So
let's take the first game, and I don't know how much of an upset this was, but let's take the first game: Green Bay versus Detroit. What did you think of that? I'm not sure that was an upset. Two teams were pretty close, but I think a lot of people probably would have thought Detroit would have been favored in this game.
At home, I think they would have. Yeah. I thought it was a good game. What can I say?
What do you think about Green Bay now?
My thoughts about them have not changed because my thoughts are based on their quarterback. And as I said last week, he may do four touchdowns this week. Well, what the hell? We don't know what he's gonna throw for next week. You can't even assure anybody he's gonna be good. He's not. He has to prove to me, as I said, that he can be consistent.
So what about Detroit? How do you feel about them?
I think the sports doctor has made a mistake on his analysis of Detroit Lions. They're not that good.
At this point, they wouldn't even make it.
I thought they were really good 2 weeks ago.
It wouldn't even make the playoffs if the season were to end today.
You don't need to make the playoffs if you lose to Green Bay at home. You don't need to.
Okay.
Everybody's calling me or texting me. Like everybody was texting Gilly when they lost to Dallas. They text me, oh, what do you think about Green Bay now? What do you think about Love now? I said, I don't think nothing about him. Next subject. Get out.
Well, he showed up on Thanksgiving. You got to get that to him. Another game on Thanksgiving. And let's stay in the same division. Well, it wasn't Thanksgiving. It was the next day. Chicago at Philadelphia. And now Chicago is the number 1 seed in the NFC. Are they for real? They went into Philadelphia and beat them.
They looking for real, even though they 9 or something. I mean, what do you want them to be? What do they have to do to be considered real? They got to win every daggone game that they play. They're like 9-2 or something.
9-3.
Okay, well, whether they look like they for real for me or not, you got to look at them as being for real. They went 9-3, and I don't care who they played. They didn't make up the schedule. They beat the people they were supposed to beat that was put in front of them. So whether I think they for real or not, to answer your question, yes, Chicago is for real.
Okay. So what about Philadelphia, the team that they beat? And the Philly fans egged the house of the offensive coordinator. That's Philadelphia for you. I guess they're dissatisfied with the plays that are being called.
I've been screaming that. I've been singing their praises for the last 6 months, last 6 weeks. Unfortunately, again, Philadelphia has problems. You go a couple of games, struggle. You go 2-3 games, and they're struggling for the last 4 or 5 weeks. That's the problem. What do I need to see for to realize it's a problem? They got problems.
You know, I look at them, and I was saying this last week. I think their offense is too simple. They don't try to move the receivers around. Then it kind of dawned on me their offensive coordinator left after last year. So maybe that's part of their problem too. And the fans certainly think it's their problem. A lot of people were hanging in there because they were winning their games, but they didn't look good winning their games. And now that they've lost a couple.
That looking good means nothing. Look at them. That means nothing. Them have looked good in maybe 1 or 2 games this year. They winning, and they're not that good. Whether you look good winning or look bad winning, it's just like Al Davis said, just win, baby. Just win. Philadelphia's got problems. Detroit's got problems. Well, I'm not going to say they have problems. The sports doctor made a mistake on his analysis of them this year. Let me say that. Yeah.
Okay.
I had Philly and Detroit 1-2 just 2 weeks ago because I was too simple, too silly to realize. I don't know what you're looking at, Earl, but they got problems. But Detroit wasn't struggling like that. I mean, Detroit, that game against the Bears, that kicked them out of the playoff. You don't lose to the Bears at home. Not to the Bears. Who did they lose to? Green Bay. You don't lose to Green Bay, man. Come on.
Well, Philadelphia lost to the Bears. Philadelphia's lost 2 in a row, and people are looking at them differently. What's interesting, I think at the start of the year, I'm gonna name 4 teams, and I think a lot of people would have thought these would have been the 4 teams playing in the AFC and NFC championships. And none of them would guaranteed a spot in the playoffs now. I would say Baltimore, Kansas City, Philadelphia, and Detroit. Only Philadelphia is, well, I guess Baltimore's in a weak division. Philadelphia is the one team that's probably going to make the playoffs regardless. But none of those teams really look as strong. Baltimore, Philadelphia, Kansas City, and Detroit. I would have thought at least 3 of them would be in championship games this year. And none of them are really playing that strong. What do you think?
Who knew? It's impossible. I don't think none of them might even go to the playoffs. I don't mean, what happened to Cleveland? They didn't have any offensive lineman problems in the beginning of the year. How did they get on up? How did they get to be 6-6?
Who you talking about?
The Ravens.
Well, they started off 1-4, 1-5, and their quarterback got hurt.
They didn't have no offensive injuries. Their defense just
Their quarterback was hurt. He came. They were
who was
when
hurt?
he came back. They won 4 games in a row. Then they just lost this week.
We weren't hurt in the beginning of the season, was he?
He got hurt like 2 or 3 games in.
Okay, so how'd you get to 1-3?
Yeah, I think they were 1-2 or something like that. They started off like 1-5.
Before he got hurt, they looked like garbage, Larry.
Right, but they won 4 in a row since he's been back until this week. They lost this week. I mean, he needs to play. I mean, that's for sure. But they're fortunate to be in a division with the Steelers, who they've caught at 6-6. Nobody wants to win that division. That division winner is really going to. I'm still looking for Baltimore to get there, but far as getting beyond there, I can't see it. Too inconsistent.
I don't know how they even got like that. The defense just disappeared. Disappeared.
But I'll say the last few weeks they played better. They started off horribly.
I'm saying, Larry, their defense is what got them in the hole. Their defense and their overrated coach got them in the hole.
Oh yeah, they started off 1-5. They were horrible.
How did we 1-5? Come on, man.
You got me. And they gave that game away to Kansas City that they should have won the first game of the season. Handed it to them. So, speaking of Baltimore, they lost this week. They're 1-4 in a row. Do you think that they're back yet, or do you think that they're does losing to Cincinnati make it seem like they're not going to be back? Anybody can lose, I know that, and they're only 6-6. But after starting 1-5,
when you're in a playoff situation, you cannot. You just can't lose to Cincinnati. You can't. They're allowing over 32 points a game for the whole season. They're averaging 32 points. You can't do that. You can't do that, man. They're not going nowhere. And the thing is, for the last 4 weeks, their defense has played pretty good. But as bad as their defense is, I don't think it's realistic to think that they can jump from being that porous to shut people down the rest of the season. I don't see it. I just see how are you going to jump from having major problems to showing a defense up? They haven't added nobody on in that defense. They haven't brought nobody in. No.
Yeah, they benefit from being in a weak division, and I think they'll probably beat out Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh doesn't look like they can do anything.
The way I see it, they may not. They just may not have a division winner for that division. They're all piss poor. They all.
Well, the way the rules go, whoever wins the division will make the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay.
So one of them is going to get in there, and actually Cincinnati's not that far behind them. And their quarterback came back this week, so who knows? Another game this weekend. Panthers and the Rams. Panthers beat the Rams. And don't look now, but the Panthers are above 500.
All I got to say,
they're like one game behind the Buccaneers.
I just don't know, man. I'm just waiting for the NBA season to kick off in full gear. But almost a quarter of the season's over. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's no great team. Who's in the okay, Larry? Your top 5 teams.
Right now, I'm going to say, as of this week, I'm going to say the Patriots, the Bears, the Rams, the Seahawks, and let's see what in the AFC, and the Broncos.
Okay. All right.
Broncos are 10-2. The Patriots are 11-2. I can't ignore them.
Okay.
Who do you have?
There's nobody in the league that's getting a rank, top 5 rankings because they're not. I ain't voting for nobody. Definitely not voting for Denver. That's a fake 8-2. If you can have
They're 10-2.
whatever they are, they ain't going nowhere. Patriots are a good team. I could give
Patriots are 11-2.
I could give them a vote. That's about it. I know I can't give Seattle one. I can't. Everybody saying they still winning. Can't give San Francisco one either. I don't care if they still winning. Nope.
But the Seahawks are 9-3, just like the Bears. You said you gave the Bears are 9-3. You give them credit for that. The Seahawks are the same record.
Well,
that NFC West has 3 teams that have won 9 games. That's pretty impressive.
all right. Well, they just weren't to me. So, what the hell is that?
You got me on that. Is that on your computer?
Oh, some clown next door.
Okay.
The hell?
Drilling a hole in your wall.
What the hizzy? Anyway, yeah, I'm disappointed in the NFL this year.
Why? I mean, what do you want to have super team or
I
something?
want to
Like
have some good teams. I want to see some good games. I've been crying about the games not being good. There was 2 weeks. We had 2 weeks ago. We had a game where there were 4 or 5, up to 6 good games. That's the only week we've had over 3 good games each weekend, in my opinion. This is crazy. It's crazy. That's all.
I mean, what do you mean by a good game? Just a good matchup going in, or
Excitement, man. I want some excitement. I want some teams that's playing each other. I ain't seen how they know good games this year. Serious.
see, I thought they had good games on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Green Bay and Detroit. Then you have Dallas and Kansas City. And then Friday you had Chicago and Philadelphia. And not to mention those quiet Panthers who are above 500 taking on the Rams. And the Rams, I thought, were like the super team. And I still kind of think they are. They just lost 1 game.
Oh, you. Hey, Phyllis.
Oh, how you doing, Phyllis? So what do you think about the NBA, man? You want to switch over to that?
We might as well. We ain't talking about nothing. Talking about the NFL. Well,
You're so hard on the NFL, man.
no, I mean they all tripping, and I don't understand the management of some of these teams. Why are you thinking about bringing back Jaden Daniels? How about we get him
because
No. How about we get him healthy and bring him back next year? We have nothing to play.
look.
Nothing.
If you're a season ticket holder, you want to see him play. You don't. That's what basketball players do. Basketball players sit out when they can play. Football players play, and basketball players need to do that too.
If I spent money on a season ticket holder, I would try to
I would want to see the best players out there.
Most times, if I had a season ticket holder, I would hope to heck that I had it for more than 1 year. And if I had it for more than 1 year, if I was a season ticket holder and I had it for 1 more year, sit this bum out, not this bum, sit Jaden Daniels out.
See, I disagree. When I pay money, I want to see if he's hurt, sit him out. If he can play, let him play. This is football. I feel the same way basketball does that, and they be robbing their fans of their money.
But
they be sitting out when they're not even hurt. If you can play, play.
He's hurt. He's hurt, man.
If he's too hurt to play, then he shouldn't play. I agree. But if he's able to play,
that's why I'm questioning the management. Just bring him back next year. They're
no, but you're saying regardless, the sport is inherently dangerous anyway. He could come back at full strength and still get hurt. But if he's able to play him. This is football, man. Come on. Paying customers, trust me, you season ticket holders, when you pay that money, boom, I want the best out there.
I don't want if I was rooting for a team or a player, I wouldn't want him to sit out this year and next year. He sit out half the season this year.
Why would he be out? Why should he be out next year?
He's gonna come back. He's gonna get hurt next week.
Well, if you think if he's viable to get hurt, yeah. My whole thing is if he can play. If he's injured, no. But if he's healthy enough to play. Anybody can get hurt at any time. Get a ticket holders their money's worth.
I'm not.
You're paying these bucks millions of dollars to play a game. They need to show up and play.
I am not going to get into a heated debate with you. If that is the way that you feel, all I can do is respect it. That's the way that you feel.
I always speak from I was a long time season ticket holder, man. I don't believe in that. When you gotta go to work if you can play. If you hurt, sit down. If you can't do it.
But I'm saying he's hurt, right?
What happened, man? You got rid of me or something?
I have no idea what happened. I didn't touch anything. Doesn't make any sense.
Let me see if I can get back there. Like it says, yeah, okay, there we go. I removed myself and added myself back.
Yeah. Anyway,
we'll turn to the NBA now, and I want them to play too. It'd be like taking off and stuff.
Yeah, let's go on to the NFL. Getting kind of heated over here. What's wrong with saving him? Let me be 100%.
What's wrong with saving him, man? I'll give you the perfect example. Washington Nationals, when they had Steven Strasburg his rookie year, they had a good team. They set him down. The team made the playoffs. They set him down for the playoffs. They lose in the first round. All right? They set him down because they thought he was going to hurt his arm. He sits down. He comes back the next year, hurts his arm anyway. Matter of fact, he hurts his arm for like 2 or 3 years. Okay, if you can do it, play then. If you're seriously hurt, sit down. They might get hurt anyway, but even if they sit him down, he can come back next year and get hurt. And then I'll be out of money if I buy tickets. It'll be 2 years like that.
Okay.
Play. And here's the thing. You're the sports doctor. I grew up playing sports with you. I know good and well you would play any game at any time under any conditions. And we were doing that for free. I would expect them since they're getting paid to do it.
Right.
Kung Fu, what's up?
Kung Fu, what's going on, buddy?
Kung Fu would play.
Kung Fu. He's 50-something years old. He's playing in the semi-pro league. You know,
he plays now, yeah.
Something wrong with Kung Fu.
Now,
use him as an example. And I think he's playing as a lineman.
Yeah.
He ain't no bigger than a minute. Kung Fu, what position do you play? What position do you play, Kung Fu? I guess it'll take a while for him to get back. I thought he was an interior lineman.
He might be like a center or something like that. Some people told me last week that
Kung Fu ain't no bigger than a minute, man. He just got heart. He's got a lot of heart.
Yeah. See, so he plays center.
See?
I remember you said that. He was controlling stuff.
He got double stuff. He got a lot of guts. He got a lot of courage and a lot of heart.
He said he weighs 193 pounds. So, yeah, that's not big for a center.
Yeah.
That ain't big for a center.
But Kung Fu got a lot of heart. But he misses some stuff up in here, too. He's 54 years old playing semi-pro. He's not playing semi-pro flag football.
Yeah, He mess around with pickleball and stuff like that. He plays football. He might play pickleball. Who knows? NBA, the Thunder are off to a 20-1 start. 20-1 start. Man, what are you gonna say about those teams? About that team, Earl?
They have too many players.
Too many players.
Too many players. There's no way they keep everything copacetic with all the players they have on the team. Eventually, somebody's gonna want more minutes, and it's gonna.
I'm thinking a lot of people probably want more minutes now, but you know what I see with them, that they're all professional. Whenever they're called on to play, they go out there and not only just give them some minutes, they give them good minutes. And their number one draft choice, Sorber from Georgetown, is out for the season, so he's going to come next year. And they got the Clippers, who are like 5 and something. They got their number one draft pick.
They ain't got nobody in the college this year coming out.
Well, here's the thing, we really don't know, because a lot of the guys that Oklahoma City has on their team weren't necessarily big stars in college. But they do a good job of scouting people. And, of course, they don't really have to have a big star.
What you say, sports doctors' scouting abilities ain't good or something? I told you, what do you mean? I know how to scout.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to their campuses every week out. So.
No, I mean, did you know Mitchell, the guy that set out last year, that is able to play for Oklahoma City now? Only because, remember, Jalen Williams hasn't been playing. Just think about that.
I don't know where he came from. They got a big man of a night named Williams that was freaking. They got depth. They got everything. They have everything. They have everything. They don't have no weaknesses.
Yeah, they got such a top-to-bottom squad. They play defense.
It wouldn't be fair if they had a real 5, a real center. It wouldn't even be fair. Holmgren is not a center.
No, but they got the other. What's the other guy? The guy that can't shoot. I can't even think of his name. Hardenstein or something.
Yeah, he good.
Yeah.
It was
the
Knicks are missing him.
Yeah, the Knicks. They're kind of far down. Actually, the Knicks are in second place in the East now. I gotta say that, but so they won like some money.
There's nobody in the East. Nobody in the East.
I'm going to differ with you. I'm going to say Detroit is good. You watch. They got a nice squad. But the Knicks, they won 4 in a row, so because they were a little further down, but they've moved up to the number 2 spot. But gosh, the 76ers, who started off well, they just one game above 500. Indiana is really as deep as a team that they looked like they had last year. And even when they opened up this year, they played it took Oklahoma City to overtime. It looked like they were going to have a competitive team. They are horrible this year. 4-17. Wow. You talking about the bottom falling out.
Yeah, so didn't last year the Pacers had somebody on the team named Nimrod or something?
Say that again?
They had somebody on the team named Nimrod.
Yeah.
The Pacers did, right?
Yeah. Nimbrand or something like that.
Does he still play for them? Because they got a Nimrod that plays with another team last night. Is that his brother, or did they trade him and I don't know about it?
I'm checking right now. No, he's still there. Andrew Nimhard. That's his name.
Yeah. So what's he gonna have?
They got Siakam. They have Nimhard. They got Benedict Mathurin.
Nimhard played for a team that played last night.
He probably has a brother or something. And Obi Toppin. I mean, they got a lot of the players back there. TJ McConnell. I don't know. Cuzzo's favorite guy. I don't know if he's still there. I shouldn't say his favorite guy, but one of his favorites.
Well, they lost their point guard. So I don't know.
Halliburton, yeah.
They don't have a real center. I don't know what you want to do. Siakam is good, but he ain't a center. He's a
No,
four.
he played power forward, yeah.
So we don't have
Yeah,
a
that's
center.
when they lost Miles Turner, who probably played a good role for them.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Was he a real center?
Well, he was a big body that rebounded and played defense. You know, he was a piece of their team. And I don't know if they got another player that can give them, you know, what he gave them last year.
I don't mean to be a backside because he's tall a little bit. Does that make him a real center? Because he got a big body.
What I said, what he could do for that team, he played a role for them.
Oh, okay.
And I think they miss him because he does rebound decently. And he
So,
plays.
my question, was he a real center, hasn't really been answered yet.
Well, okay, we were talking about two things. Because I was just saying, I don't know whether he plays center or forward. He's a big man, and that's what they're missing back there. That's my point. He's a big man, and I think they missed that size there. He may be a forward or a center. A lot of times they're playing this positionless basketball anyway.
He was at center last year.
Okay. But they're playing like positionless basketball anyway, so I'm not even sure how many teams got centers.
Right. But you can't be a real center.
So what's a real center do?
If you soft, you can't get it. What does a real center do?
Yeah, you think he's soft? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he was a physical. I don't think they have a physical presence now that he's gone.
They didn't have one last year. That's why they didn't win. He's not no physical presence, Larry.
Well, they're doing a lot worse with him and Halliburton out. I don't think it's all Halliburton being missing off that team.
Miles Turner is soft. Period. He's soft.
All right.
Can't be a real center soft. What does a real center do? Let me answer your question you asked me 6 minutes ago. He rebounds.
Miles Turner does that.
Plays defense.
Miles Turner does that.
Oh my God.
You know, he's not a big shot blocker like some guys.
And he can score in the paint.
Miles Turner scores okay.
No, you don't. He shoots more threes than you do. Get out of here.
So does Joel Embiid, but I mean, he scores
okay. That's one of his problems too. Too big be doing that, man. Come on.
What difference does it make if the shot goes in? And he rebounds.
He's not like that, man. Why take a 3-pointer when you 7'2", 250, and all you gotta do is just go to the basket? Doesn't even make sense.
Well, I think Embiid does both of those things, but to me, if you make the shot, I ain't got no problem with it.
All right.
I know you're a traditionalist, and you want him down there with his back to the basket.
I want a real center. Guys shoot three, ain't no real center.
Okay. I think Embiid's a real center. Okay. I have to beg to differ with you on that one. So what about the Joker? Is he a center?
Of course he is.
Well, he shoots a lot of jump shots.
He shoots them when he got the shot. He hits. He doesn't have a regular diet of 3-pointers like a Miles Turner does.
No, and Miles Turner's not in his class.
When was the last time you saw Miles Turner score when he was in the paint? Do you ever remember?
So let me get this straight. You're asking me what position does he play and does he score when he's in the? Have I ever seen him score? This has a familiar ring to it.
No, okay. He got the.
That's an inside joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Miles Turner, I guess he plays center, but is he really a center? Is anybody worried about going through the whole thing and they might get hurt or something?
He's not a prolific shot blocker. I agree with that. But I think for that team, he played a role that I think they probably miss.
I tell you what, a real center to me can do everything, and he don't necessarily have to shoot those threes to be considered a real center.
Okay, is Embiid a real center?
Of course he is.
Okay.
How can you say
that? Okay.
I'm not gonna penalize him because he can't shoot from the three.
Okay, I just want to be sure about that. Yeah,
That don't even make sense.
I want to be sure about that. I heard you say that was what was wrong with him, so I was like,
He shouldn't be shooting as many as he does. It ain't the only thing wrong with Embiid is he can't stay on the court. That's the only thing wrong.
yeah, he's got an availability problem.
There's nothing else wrong with him.
Yeah,
He shoots threes. He makes something. I don't want to do, but that's not a. If the average person was looking at it, that wouldn't be considered a fault. But I'm difficult. Center ain't supposed to be shooting on threes like that. Should be because I'm a traditionalist. That's all.
So that's why you don't like the guy in New York, right? I can't even think of his name.
No, is he down?
Yeah.
No, I don't like him. I don't like nothing. I don't care what position you are.
He can shoot.
I don't like you if you are soft. If you guys are debating with me against me thinking whether he's soft or not, then that's a problem. Carl Anthony Towns is soft. As Sharman.
What makes him soft?
He don't have a heart. He needs a first class ticket to Oz. Where the wizard can give him a heart. That's what he needs.
You honor him, man. I think he's a pretty decent player, man.
That's right. Sure.
Soft. He's soft. Miles Turner soft.
If Carl Anthony Towns was not soft, even though they need a 3-point killer, the Knicks would be dominating everybody if he had a heart. He's soft, man. All that talent they got the big boy, the little power forward. I can't pronounce his name, but he always does something to it, or whatever his name is. They got Brunson. The Knicks have a lot of talent, but they don't have. I don't care what kind of sport you play, man. You gotta have an enforcer on your team. You have to have an enforcer. I don't care what sport it is.
An enforcer. All right.
He's not an enforcer. Miles Turner is not an enforcer. They're not.
I could definitely take Carl Anthony Towns on my team. The only problem I have with him is they take him out of the game at the end of the game for defense, which is kind of bad because the other guy that they put in there has no offense, can't make free throws. And that's a problem because normally the other guy will get the rebound and they'll foul him and Carl Anthony Towns will be sitting down. So I'd have to talk to him about being a little more assertive on defense because you can't be on the court at the end of the game at crucial, then that's kind of bad. Maybe that's why you think he's soft. I think he's certainly lacking on the defensive end. Anybody else in the West that you think?
I can't. There's not even a word that I can use to explain how soft Carl Anthony is.
Okay.
What?
So you're not a fan of his, okay?
He never won nothing. Came on the Knicks. He didn't add to him. He played pretty good last year.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty decent player, man.
He can be soft and still be and still can play a little bit.
Yeah, some of these guys that ain't soft can't really play that well. Anybody else in the West you think look good? I mean, when I look out there, I know you said
has a good team. The two best teams in Denver, the teams that are playing for the NBA West champions, will be Denver and Oklahoma. It's no doubt.
But right now, Oklahoma is in first place. Oklahoma City's in first place, and Denver's in fourth. Second place, we got the Lakers. In third place, we got the Rockets, who seem to.
Denver not worried about. I forgot about the Rockets, but Denver not worried about the Lakers. Not worried about it. That's not a threat at all.
I think the Lakers got some players, man.
Denver has.
You don't like Luka Doncic?
Nobody listens to me. Nobody does.
You don't like Luka?
Love him.
He's a bad boy. Did he get out there with and I gotta give LeBron James credit. He doesn't have to carry the team on his back and he can contribute things. But to me, I'm going with Luka. I don't think anybody can stop him.
Okay.
He's an offensive machine.
When the last time you saw Luka get a rebound? Do you remember him ever having a rebound?
I do remember him scoring. I'm not sure what position he plays. And he puts the ball in the hoop.
Lakers on fives, man. Jackson Hayes, that's not a championship five. That's not a championship center. You gotta have a center, man. You gotta have a center.
They have Ayton or somebody. They have Ayton.
You have to have a center, Larry.
So Ayton is soft too.
Oh my God! Are you serious? Are you serious?
He's been playing pretty decent lately because he's got a lot of people on his team, so he don't have to carry the load. He's a role player. He's been playing decent lately.
That don't have anything to do with whether he's soft or not.
Hey, I'm not calling anybody soft.
Okay, I'm calling him soft. Period.
So it seems like you think half the league is soft, man. At least.
No, I ain't saying have to be. I'm just gonna call you soft if you're soft. That's all. Not a problem. The boy from Minnesota, he's soft. The big stupid 7'4" fool, he's soft.
Who does Minnesota have?
They be punking him. What's that 7'4" dude's name? That's center.
Let me see who that is.
He's so irrelevant. You and I have been following basketball for years. Been following it recently, and we can't even remember.
Are you talking about Gobert?
And then we couldn't even remember his name. Nigga's a Tootsie Pop, man.
I don't see him being soft. I just think he's not that good. I mean, that's really what I see with him. People be fighting him and stuff. He be making people
and he's punking him because he's soft.
Well, I see him fighting with people sometimes too, but he be doing.
You see him cheap shot people with their back.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Which means he's soft. He'll punk.
Now they have Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards. Those two are good. Or do you think either one of them is soft?
They're great. Nope.
Okay.
No. If I did, when you named their names, I would say he's soft too.
Just checking.
Shit.
Well, I knew you didn't think Anthony Edwards was soft. I didn't know about Randle.
No, Randle be punk. Randle's a bully, man.
Okay. What about guy for Dallas used to play for the Lakers, Anthony Davis? How do you feel about him?
Man, he's not soft. Just can't stay
Yeah, he has the same ability or lack of availability problem that not quite as bad as Embiid, but he's in the running.
When he healthy and him and LeBron cooking, he ain't soft. He ain't soft. I mean, you can't call somebody soft just because they always get hurt. That's two different things. There are exceptions, though. You can be soft and make an injury worse than what it is. Oh, I'm hurt. Nigga, you ain't hurt. Get off the bench again. So, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm liking Denver and
OKC.
Yeah.
So I'm liking Detroit to come out east.
Uh-huh.
I think they're still a little too inexperienced, but I think they made a step. You know, they had a decent team last year. I look for them to be a little better. I think they can come out of the east. Anybody going against OKC is going to be a problem.
Okay. Yeah.
OKC may not lose 10 games this year.
They may not. The team is incredible. They're just incredible. Yeah. They're just incredible, man.
Yeah.
You know,
But they're a quarter way through the season and they only lost one.
that's right. I'm sure that they'll lose more than 10, but they're a heck of a team. I tell you that.
What's the record? Like the fewest losses is something like 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
But yeah, they look good. Hey, that's all I got, man.
That's all I got today, too, Larry.
All right. Phyllis and Kung Fu, thanks for tuning in.
Phyllis and Kung Fu, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. And it's Tuesday, yeah. Don't forget to check out Larry tomorrow on Real Fella Talk Sports with David Burnett and Charles Snowden. And you can catch Larry and myself on Saturday mornings for NFL Game Line, where we pick 7 games each week. So that's about it. We're going to wrap it up. Hope everybody has a very blessed and productive evening. This is Earl Rush, a.k.a. the Sports Doctor. I'm out of here.
Take care, everybody.